we are ready for Duck Life Battle by Piquancy and ILikeBaguette. Let's battle!
Hey everyone, I'm piquancy. I use she/her pronouns, and I am the student for Duck Life Battle.
Yep. Hey everyone, I'm ILikeBaguette. I'm the teacher for Duck Life Battle. Today we're going to have a race for the Glitchless category.
Yeah, I think there's a bid war for this game. So to pick the duck's hairstyle.
Ah, yes.
Do we know what the top two are? Because we'll each pick one of them.
Let's see. The top choice is the Saiyan haircut, and it is a three-way tie for second place.
Okay. So, do you want to pick that one, and I'll just pick whichever other one of the other three looks.
I was thinking you would pick the top one since you
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. We can do that. Okay, cool. We'll do that. That happens right when we start, basically. So, do you want to do a countdown? We can start in.
Yeah, excuse me. Mild issue. Forgot to reset my data.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Right. So, what are the three choices ties for the hair?
It was the there was like the little like alfalfa feather, and then the faux hawk, and the bowl cut was the other one.
The bowl hawk, the faux hawk, and the fancy feather. Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to pick hairstyles first and then count down after that? Would that be better?
Yeah, we count down when the timer starts when when the loading screen to the game appears, so you can choose your hair and stuff.
Okay,
it doesn't
cool.
count.
All right, so I will pick.
Timer.
Here we go.
It is working. I can see it on the stream. Ah, sorry.
Awesome. I'm ready to go whenever you are. I can't see your screens.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one like you named.
The bottom. Just pick the bottom left one.
The bottom.
Or bottom right.
Bottom right. All right.
Bottom left or bottom right are both choices.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right. We can count it down then in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so as we watch these ducks get carried away by a tornado, I don't actually know anything about the story for this game, to be honest, or if there even really is one. But oops. Basically, there's like 5 different worlds, and in each world, you can do a series of mini games to level up your duck, and then in each of the route involves basically getting to a certain level in each of the 5 skills that you can level up in order to do the tournament at the end of each area. and kind of you want to optimize like which specific games you do, because some games are slower, some games are faster, but you also need to have certain stats leveled up enough to like actually get past the battles, and some of them are pretty tight. So in the first area, we're going to be doing all 5 skills to the maximum level that we can do in the first area, which is 20. And I'm starting with defense. I'm not sure if you're starting with the same thing or not.
No, I'm starting with power. That's typically when you're doing like world record items, or just like when you're playing this game a lot. You would typically start with the most RNG heavy one, which is power. Power is basically just an RNG fest. Either you get lucky or you don't. Like, and see sometimes the guy on the right will throw either 1 ball, 3 balls, or it's gonna throw coins. Coins are bad because they don't give you any XP, even if you like deflect them. The balls give you a bit of XP, and obviously just having 3 instead of 1 is better. So that's why we do it first. Meanwhile, piquancy is just going to be...
I'm just going in order. Yeah, I'm just going in order from left to right. This is this is like the least RNG heavy mini game on the farm, where your XP gain is just flat. It doesn't matter whether you're actually deflecting balls or not, or how fast the balls are coming. You are just gaining flat XP and coins, basically, if you won't let the coins hit you, because you do want to earn a little extra money in these early stages to be able to buy some upgrades later. But so the only like time loss really is for dying, like the couple seconds it takes you to like reset the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say defense also goes on for like 3 minutes, so it's pretty long. It's not the interesting part of the run.
No, it's not. But it's good that I'm doing it and you're doing something more interesting while I get through this.
Yeah. And then when I'm gonna get to defense, you're gonna have probably moved on past it.
Yep.
Yeah, so speed is not as much RNG as power, but there is a bit of RNG and also a bit of just skill and just focus, trying to... So you press the button corresponding to the color of the key. For example, red is R, green is E, etc. And if you mess up, you don't get much XP, so... And when the doubles start appearing, normally you should be expected to like do 2 keys at once. But instead what we do is we just spam until we die. And that's because doing the double is just... I mean, pretty much everyone who's ever run this game can't do the doubles as fast as the single ones. So what we do is we just kind of skip that part by spamming and hope we get lucky and get a few XP boosts. Kind of excellent.
Yep. I'm on farm health now, which is also the other like kind of boring one. There is a little bit more. There's a lot of gold that drops on this level in this game, so you want to try to grab as many of those as you can. But other than that, like eventually the bombs start falling at a rate where you will die. Oops, well, I just did a little early there, but you're just trying to minimize dying as much as you can. You can jump. It's pretty tricky to start avoiding them once they start falling really fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the money routing early game is like pretty tight. If you need to have a specific amount of coins when you get to the second tournament, when you need to buy a lot of equipment. I mean, 3 pieces of equipment. And yeah, if you don't have enough money by then, that's kind of unfortunate because that's quite a big time loss.
Yeah, I've definitely lost runs to not having quite enough money to get like the big armor upgrades that you get in the middle of the game. This game is also pretty much all like arrow key controls, which is like funny and like kind of nostalgic in a way. It's like you don't see many games you just use arrow key controls very often anymore. Whoop. Racking up the gold right now. Oh wow, now I'm definitely dead.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is farm health is quite generous on coins. Not all mini games are equal when it comes to the amount of coins they give you. Some of them don't give you any money at all. And some of them you can easily get rich fast, basically.
Yeah, okay, that was like basically done. So I just finished up farm health, and now I'll move on to farm power. Like I was saying, like the most like RNG heavy and like the one that you can with like the most skill, I think, in farm. As like, but you're still like dying isn't great, but you still are just basically hoping for as many of like the 3-ball throws like this one, and also as many throws that are of course die. As many throws as possible that are low to the ground because they get to you faster.
Yes, one angle specifically just takes quite a while.
Yeah, like this one, it's not great. I have to wait for it to bounce and hit me. The controls for this one too, it like reminds me of like Stardew Valley fishing kind of, because you're basically like clicking, you click and hold to lift the barbell, and then as you let go of of clicking, of like left click, it'll drop the barbell. So you kind of have to like keep clicking over and over again to kind of keep it up in the air as you wait to see what angle you're going to get next. This is good RNG. Get like 3 triples in a row, 4 triples in a row. Oh no.
Nice. Also for farm pets, what I usually try is to do it in 4 cycles. Usually you can get about 5 levels before you get something that's either impossible to avoid or very, very difficult.
Yeah, that's about what I end up aiming for too. It's like, it seems like after that it's basically impossible to live.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna be finishing up power here, probably after these 3. Yep. Nice. Oh shoot, I did the wrong thing here. I'm doing... There's one little trick with, I don't know if you talked about it, with Farm Special, where you use a controller to do this pause trick, and then I can just like spam click and spacebar to just like, it's like moving in slow motion in the background, and I can just basically level up really, really fast. And this is one of the places where actually, even though I've already hit max level, but I'm going to keep doing it for a few more seconds to earn money, so that I make sure that I'm good on money later.
Yeah, Farm Special, the way it's supposed to work is that you have something like kind of moving like a clock, like back and forth, and you're supposed to hit it in the middle, so you can press spacebar or mouse click or controller button if you're using controller. But in our case, we use a weird quirk of the pause screen to make it kind of stay.
Yeah, like, it's kind of a weird little glitch.
For some reason, my controller's not working, which means I'm gonna have to do this mini game normally.
Oh no! Well, that's fine.
Yeah, and if you hit it during the green part, it also gives you coins, so that's a really common game for coins.
Well, you'll probably make it all up on Desert Speed later, so...
Okay. And for some reason it works with this screen as well. Not anymore. I'm gonna save it for me. I don't remember.
Yeah, I forget if you said, but like, yeah, once you get to the on farm speed, once you get to the doubles, you just want to spam because it's like not worth it to. Not worth it to actually try to match them at this point. It's better just to get to the end and then start it over. Cool. So that's, I just finished up all the farm levels. So now I will leave and I'm gonna go basically start the first battle sequence where I'm gonna go first go to the shop and buy the boomerang.
This boomerang is the best of it's like first weapons that are accessible to you in the farm. Has plus 10 attack, I believe.
And then this battle sequence is a little bit different than most of the battle sequences. We're gonna walk around and fight. There's 3 ducks that we have to fight before we can leave this area. And so the fighting is like, there's not much interaction. The only interaction is when my special is fully charged up in the upper left corner. There's a little like QuickTime event I have to click to make sure it actually goes, which is important because if you don't, there's a lot of fights that are tight enough that you'll probably just lose. But yeah, it's basically just like making sure that your duck is strong enough to get through these fights. And there's a couple that are like really close, that it's easy to that it is possible to die during if you just get really bad RNG.
Yes.
Not these though. These are very easy.
Yeah, so the second battle, especially the one you're doing right now normally.
Yeah,
there is RNG in the form of that the enemy deck gets a bit KO'd in 3 or 4 hits. If you get good damage rolls, you will die in 3 hits, but if you don't, he'll take 4 hits. And getting a 4 hit loses 11 seconds compared to 3 hits. There's I believe like 2 or 3 battles in the entire game that have a similar thing going on. Well, getting 1 hit too much will lose you 11 seconds.
Yeah, I had a 3 hits second fight there, so
nice.
It's good RNG. All right, so I've done all of my fights. Now I get to go up here, and this bridge is going to. I'm gonna get these coins. This bridge is going to magically fix itself, and then we can move on to the forest area.
Yes.
So it's the same kind of loop. I'm going to go to the training center and start to do some mini games. And in the forest, you only do 4 of them. You do health, power, special, and speed. And health, you actually only get to level 24. Just because I think that's because the games, the health and defense games in the forest are pretty slow.
Yes.
So we kind of try to skip them, but this is like the scariest part because like you basically barely have enough. Oh well, I just died. Very silly way. But yeah, it's scary because there's one fight specifically where I will have like 5 HP basically, and that's just because I'm getting these 4 health levels here. I have barely enough, but sometimes I won't. But like it is possible to die. It's a low chance, but it is possible with this route. Ah!
Yes, 23 health is the bare minimum, but it makes specifically the last fight of this tournament, the forest tournament, makes it completely RNG. 24 is enough to get by, I would say, like 99% of the time. And that's at 1% of the time where you get unlucky.
Yeah, I have
to
died.
Restart the entire tournament.
Yeah, I have died on that fight before in a run.
Yeah.
So it can happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen to either of us today, because that would be really sad.
Yes. Very sad.
So now I am on. So that's health is another one of those flat XP gains. So it's like you just have to survive long enough to get those 4 levels. Now I'm on. Oops. Oh wait, I'm still alive somehow. How am I alive? Okay. Now I'm on power, which you're basically just like hopping back and forth between these trees. Another big coin collecting game. But again, I think this one also is just flat XP gain, so it's really just like you lose time when you die, but that's it.
Yeah, this one's also flat XP game.
Yeah.
A lot of them are kind of like that actually. So yeah, maybe like a bit over half of them. It's just a matter of not dying. And then there's the other half where you actually have to practice a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some games I practiced a lot more than others just because
Yes.
it matters a lot more to do them optimally. Oh, no, sorry. This one, again, kind of like, it eventually gets kind of like too fast to do easily. I don't know, have you ever one-cycled Forest Power? I never have.
No, I don't think that's possible, at least not when you're also going for the coins.
Yeah.
If you ignore the coins, then you can go a bit further. I think my best cycles are like 10 or 11 levels at once, but yeah, not.
Yeah, I think 2 cycling is
easy.
possible, but I'm on my 3rd right now. Although I did die super well. Now I'm talking and not actually paying attention to what's going on. But I just died again. But yeah, four cycles is like pretty normal for me on this one, I think.
Yeah.
But again, you're just losing like 2 seconds when you die, and that's it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
There we go.
The next two mini. Yeah. The next two mini games, though, you actually have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Both Forest Special and Forest Speed get faster as you go on. Like the longer you survive, the faster it gets, at least to a certain level. And ideally you want to one-cycle both of them, especially Special. Special, you can lose a lot of time if you die. Speed,
Yeah.
you do lose time if you die, but it's not as bad in my experience.
Yeah, we're getting XP every single time I spear one of these watermelons. So there's both RNG and that the more watermelons show up, the more XP there is available. But then also like it gets faster and faster. And if you die, it like resets back to slow watermelon. So like everything's coming at you slowly. So there's just less opportunity.
Yes.
But yeah,
Sometimes it's really a matter of judging for what watermelons you can go safely and which one you have to leave out because it's gonna lead to a certain death.
I'm more than halfway there to one cycling. Oh my god, so many watermelons, yes. It gets
And
real.
yes,
It gets really scary at this point.
yeah, I was gonna say, especially that kind of game when you can lose time and not really know why. Because there's a bit of RNG in the watermelon versus bombs spawn.
Oh, I'm so close to. That was really good. I'm
no.
I basically one cycled it. There we go. Really close. I'll take that.
Yes.
And yeah, Forest Speed is this like match game where I have to look at both sides of the and make sure that I'm switching each of these buckets to be the right color before the ball lands in it. And it's pretty easy at first, but eventually they're falling on both sides and get a little cross-eyed trying to figure out what is where. They start to come faster and faster. This is also one cyclable, but it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, also one thing to mention is that you can use the arrow keys to rotate, but you can only rotate on one side. Like the left arrow keys rotate the left wheel, and the right arrow key rotates the right wheel, but you can't rotate them in both directions.
Oh.
So sometimes you have to press the arrow key like 3 times really quickly in a row, and that's...
Yeah, I was, oh shoot. Oh wait, I'm alive? Oh my god, I thought I was dead there for sure. Yeah, if it's at the, if the next one and the leaf is at like the bottom, oh shoot, that was silly. Then yeah, you have to press it really fast 3 times to get there. So it's really easy to get kind of mixed up and have the wrong bucket. Especially have to pay attention to both sides. We're nearly there. Cool. Yeah, that's the forest games done for me.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna head to the shop and get our next upgrades, which is gonna be this pie.
Best weapon in the game.
It's got a surprise little the special. You'll never guess what happens when the special happens. It's very silly. Okay, so I got pie, and then there's a little glitch here where I can actually open up the upgrade screen during this load to save a little time. So I have to both equip the pie and upgrade it to level 2.
Yes.
Which costs money. And then this is the well, not this battle specifically, but this tournament is the scariest tournament because this is the one where there is a chance that you just die.
Yeah, the last fight, which I'm entering right now. I said this guy has like the police duck has like maybe 1% chance to kill you if he gets high enough damage rolls. So you just pray that doesn't happen.
I don't have your game up. I didn't. You did the speed the forest special like normally, and you're already ahead of me again. Dang.
I'm not because I died to the last duck.
Oh no! It actually happened.
Yes.
Oh no.
I guess that's a demonstration.
Yeah.
Live demonstration.
That's super unlucky. Well, we're gonna find out if it happens to me right now or not. So. One, send me your good RNG energy.
Yeah.
Alright, so this will be the hit. Nope, I live with 12.
Nice.
Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm gonna die too.
Wait.
I didn't kill him. Whoa, that is wild, actually. I did not think that there was any chance that both of us would die to this.
No, that's... The game is conscious. It's trying to tell that we're racing it live. Now it's trying to win our runs.
Like that's literally. I mean, I haven't run. Like obviously, I've run this game a lot less than ILikeBaguette has, but like that's only happened to me once, ever before.
I think for me it's like the 3rd time. Right, I leave. Yes, I lost like a minute and a half.
Well, there goes my best chance of actually winning this race. Let me make sure. Did I actually? Okay, I did upgrade it. Okay, so just like thought, like maybe I somehow didn't upgrade the pie properly, and that's why I didn't kill him. But because I think it wasn't his rolls being high; it was my rolls were bad. Like I left him with like 4 health or something.
I think that can happen sometimes too, now that you're mentioning it.
Yeah, see, I have 6 health now, and then... Okay, thank goodness. My gosh, if I died the second time, I was gonna be so sad. Okay. And every time you beat an area, you get a skill that basically unlocks the next world. Now we can jump. Hooray. So we can jump up here and go to the next training center, which is the mountain. And there's only two games we do here. We do mountain defense, which takes a long time, and mountain power. I'm guessing you're on mountain defense now.
Yep, mountain defense is, I think, the one that takes the longest, but that's also because we're going from level 20 all the way to level 60, which is 40 levels. If you expect there's a lot of RNG in this minigame, you have these rocks that spawn from the left and the right and they're coming at you. And sometimes they're just flying straight past you and you have no chance of hitting them, which hitting them is what gives you the most XP. Otherwise, you're just getting a tiny bit of XP every second.
Yeah, this one is definitely one of the ones where there's like a lot of skill, because as they start to come at you faster and faster, you're obviously getting more chances to get XP, but it's also like trying to avoid all the rocks is hard. And then yeah, sometimes you just get like multiple rocks in a row that you just have no chance of hitting, and so it can be kind of frustrating. But
yeah,
dying is bad.
You just get patterns that are kind of impossible.
Yeah. But yeah, dying is bad, obviously, because then it resets it to this like slower rock spawns, and then you have fewer chances to get XP, and I'm just missing all of them again. I don't think I've actually had a chance to hit any of these. I've just been jumping over them. Oh, this is what can happen sometimes.
Yeah, mountain defense is personally my least favorite minigame of the run. It's quite long.
I don't know, desert health is pretty bad.
Yeah, but at least there's no RNG.
Yeah.
It just
takes a while and
press left
take a
like
little
6 minutes.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, we'll probably be asking for some announcements during that run. During that game. I'm doing okay. This is like probably a little better than I do in this game on average. Boop.
Yeah, one fun thing Oh, you go.
I was gonna say there's also like a weird, like a little like FPS or like monitor refresh rate quirk with this game, right?
Yeah, there is.
Where it's like, yeah, you want your frame rate to be at around 120 or 144 to get like. Does it change the way? I forget what exactly it does. Like what exactly that changes. If it's lower, it makes the spawns different or something.
So this game mountain defense, the higher your FPS is, the slower you rotate, which sounds really counterintuitive. Like, shouldn't it be the opposite?
Oh, that's right.
That's just because in the game's code, well, it will be hard to explain. And the other
sure.
Doesn't necessarily have previous knowledge about coding, but basically the coding, the way it handles different FPS values is weird. And so it results in higher FPS values having a slower rotating speed in this minigame. And there's also a few other changes. But overall, what I found was the optimal value was 120 for me. And you can change the FPS using NVIDIA control panel or other stuff, but we're trying to get that sorted out with a fixing patch, but that's another whole topic.
Oh, gotcha.
The fun fact I was gonna mention.
Yeah, go ahead.
is that you talked about like the jumping skill being acquired on certain climbing, flying and swimming. For the first two, specifically jumping and climbing, those are just kind of walls over there, and you can diffuse a glitch which is called early fly, which basically allows you to access anywhere in the entire map from the very beginning. It's quite sometimes you get the flight key earlier than you should, so you basically have access to the entire map. So you can see that it's just like specific walls, and you can actually, like, everywhere except the transitions between like the forest and the mountain and the mountain and the desert. You can walk past just fine. You can even climb before you obtain the climbing skill. You don't quite jump if you don't have a jumping skill, but you can still go past the part where it should normally block you. So really all it does winning the tournament is removing these walls that are there, like invisible walls kind of. That's quite funny as well.
Yeah. You're not really learning anything, the walls just go away. I'm on mountain power now, which is another like kind of like the only time loss is dying because it's a flat XP gain. But maybe this would be a good time for any announcements that the host has.
I do not have many, but I can tell you that we are I don't know where I'm looking.
No worries, we can give you some more time if you need. Oop. Yeah, this game it's yeah, like I said, we're just trying to avoid dying, but it's not a huge time loss if we do. And sometimes you get stuck over here like this, and you're just kind of hoping that the one I'm standing on won't fall, because then you're pretty much guaranteed to die. But sometimes it's totally random which of the little mountains, which of the little sections actually falls, and that's the same deal where I'm just hoping the other one falls. So then, yeah, now I have something to jump to. There we go. So that was lucky.
Also, there is a really weird glitch that can happen in this mini game. It happened to be right at the end, which is kind of unfortunate. Normally you want to get it early, but that's pretty much just complete RNG. You don't really have any control. At least I haven't found a way to make it consistent. So basically one of the platforms that's supposed to fall gets stuck, and because it's stuck, it doesn't actually fall, and it doesn't trigger like part of the code. And for like how it's supposed to continue, like keep falling, like the platform is supposed to keep falling and stuff. So yeah, what happens is you can just sit here, and since no other platforms are falling, you can just keep gaining XP. So that's a few seconds of time save if you can get it. Also, I did not have enough money for the tournament, so I had to go back.
Oh no!
The Mountain Health. Mountain Health is by far the slowest minigame when it comes to experience, but it has the upside of giving you quite a bit of coins. So if you don't have enough money, Mountain Health is kind of the one going for, to allows you to not have to go all the way back to the farm or the forest.
Yeah. a scary fight here, but in these battles we get the shovel, the coat, and the hat. Which the shovel is like pretty strong. Am I gonna? Oh
I also forgot to equip
Wait,
everything.
I'm gonna die.
So
why am I dying on this fight?
you shouldn't, because you stunned him, and he doesn't have any chance to act after that.
I somehow died after stunning him. I didn't do enough damage to him.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
That's weird. I also died because I did not equip anything, so that's completely on me.
I think I have enough money to enter again. Yeah, by 1. I have everything correct, right? Defense 60, power 60. Yeah, this should be right. I don't know. That's weird. That's never happened to me before.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. I'm not sure. You always discover new things in this game. One of the times we played yet an event, I got soft lock by getting stuck in an overworld duck, an NPC duck. So,
that's funny.
We always like learning new bugs.
Yeah, because normally the shovel, normally the shovel is like really strong because you get like once you do your special, you get 4 hits basically for free. And it was the second fight that I died on. I just didn't do enough damage with the special. It's like hitting me twice. Like if I don't kill him here, then I'm gonna die. And I feel like I must be missing something, but I'm pretty sure I've done everything. Wait, okay, we should be good now. Okay, yeah, now we've done it. Yeah, I just got really bad damage rolls or something, like really bad damage rolls on the first one.
Yeah, I just saw a message from a friend and also runner from the Clay Battle before, who said you can sometimes roll on the farmer fight, but they've lost a rank to that before, so not happened to me personally, but apparently it's a thing that can happen.
Yeah. That is wild though, that like both fights that can go wrong went wrong in this run. That seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And the last fight is pretty scary, but normally it goes. You can't actually fail this one. That's the purpose of the rain coat and hat as well, is to protect yourself against water damage. Because the sword uses water-based attack only, he's gonna do much less damage because normally he's pretty strong.
Yeah, so I'm gonna enter desert. I'm gonna do defense first.
Yes.
This is a little slingshot game where there's gonna be bombs falling on either side of the screen. Oh, actually, all across the screen. But there's these 2 walls that basically, if a bomb touches the ground, the game ends. But you get XP for every bomb and every coin that you shoot down. So it's you basically just trying to shoot down as many things as possible. And this is another one that you really want to try to one cycle because again, the bombs will start to get faster and faster. And so you have a lot more opportunities to gain XP. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing well at the beginning here.
Yeah, defense is not that bad, but it can get pretty scary when you get to the later parts and everything starts falling everywhere. That's why these 2 walls at the side are pretty useful. And you wanna keep them alive for as long as possible. Also one thing that when a bomb or a coin touches the walls, you don't get anything. You only get XP for actually destroying them with a slingshot.
But yeah, I don't know if there are announcements or anything now. Might be a good time.
I still don't have many announcements. If you would like to change that, go to speedromizer.live/donate. Send a donation message for me to read. We have, in addition to helping our charity community, you can put your donation towards all of our incentives and bid wars, such as the Paper Mario Tower of Trials character palette choice. Right now, Waluigi is in the lead, but I want to see what Beta 3D World is, because I really like 3D World. So get your donations in before tonight's run.
Nice, yeah, it's a great cause. So if you have the ability to donate, definitely would be greatly appreciated. So this is Desert Health. We are using our mouse to blow these bombs into the furnace thing here, or whatever this is. It's just where bombs go. It's the place where bombs go. And
maybe we just call it the trash.
yeah, the bomb trash. So, and because we haven't actually done a health minigame since the forest, where we only got 4 levels, and now we have to get to 80. This is just our life for a little while. You do collect a lot of coins in this minigame. As long as you don't blow them away, then you just get them. And again, it's not like a huge time loss, because it's not one of those, but it's just a flat XP gain, and if you die, you lose a couple seconds. But yeah, there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, health takes about a bit over 6 minutes. For me, it's probably gonna take a little less long, because I had to do mountain health.
Oh yeah. Oh true. You got some in mountain health. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because you had to go get more money. Yeah, I barely because I died on the mountain fights. I was only had 16 gold, so it was one. Just I could barely re-enter the tournament a second time. Otherwise, I would have had to go find some money as well. So that's luck. That's lucky at least. Oops.
This mini game is also kind of the reason why you don't need to worry never as much about coins the second half of the run.
Yeah, you get so many.
Yeah.
Even though we will be buying some pretty expensive weapons and upgrades, but no more armor. We're gonna rock the raincoat and the rain hat for the rest of the run, but we will be buying some new weapons.
I found that armor in this game doesn't change nearly as much as weapons do. Like at some point, not in a regular run, but in a testing run I did, I got the best armor in the game. The grand tournament run, which you're supposed to get at the very end after beating the last tournament. Normally you only get it at the end of the game, but through the Wheel of Fortune, you can get almost any piece of armor or weapon in the game. And I got it out of complete randomness. And it didn't even change that much in the testing run that I did. It did not allow me to win any battles that I couldn't have won before or anything. Compared the basic first, second area. So yeah, the raincoat and rain hat are quite useful because they give you a huge boost, protection boost against water. and 2 out of the 3 opponents in the mountain tournament use water attacks.
Yeah. What was the process like figuring out like the routing for this game? Has it changed a lot?
Yeah, so early on I think routing was just kind of very vibes based.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't the first one to propose a reroute. Another runner, Snivy, has done quite a bit of work. My main innovation when it came to... So Snivy also made a document documenting like pretty much how long it takes to gain 20 level in each minigame. And that's what's really useful for me when I try to reroute the run. The main things I was bringing to this run was the fact that you barely do any special. Form special is just that fast when you have the controller button abuse. I'm not gonna call it a glitch because it's glitches category. But it's kind of a glitch.
It is kind of a glitch, yeah. But hey, that's why it's like not really important what the label of the category is. This is whatever the community agrees makes sense for the category.
Yeah.
Are there other? I mean, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about it too much. If there are other places where like the controller could be used to do some funny stuff, but because that's the only minigame where the controller glitch gets used.
Yeah, so 2 minigames in Desert actually. Desert Defense, if you press the controller pause button, you can still click the mouse to
I never
like
do that.
this. Purple. I don't know what it is. I call it like chewing gum because it kind of looks like chewing gum. It makes funny sounds. So you can spawn these purple balls, and then when you disable the pause by repressing the controller pause button, then all of the balls get thrown at once, which can be useful to like in a really tight situation. You're about to die and have some time to some time to prepare your shots because again you should like plenty of balls at once. And then it is a power. If you spam the pause button, you can basically stall the enemy ducks in place, which
gotcha.
Power, right? Desert power.
Yeah, I'm in Desert Power now. I entered Desert Special by accident twice before entering the correct minigame. Special is the one that we do not do in Desert. But yeah, this one you're basically just once you get like the timing down and the inputs down, it's the same thing every time. You can just shoot every single volleyball hit over their head, and they don't have a chance to redo it. If they do get a hit on it, then it becomes like a little bit trickier to like continue, because it actually gets kind of hard to keep the volley going back and forth. And this one's also like the more consecutive ducks you defeat, the more XP you get. So it's another one where it's like you really want to one cycle it and never lose, because it's a big time. It's a pretty decent time loss if you do, because if you start over from the beginning and you start with the like lowest XP again on each duck.
Yeah, the XP gain at the start is so slow.
Yeah, because I'm getting like 2 levels at a time now. Every time I win a battle, or like almost 2 or like 1.5 levels.
Also, I mentioned Desert Power as one of the minigames that was affected, or I don't know if I mentioned it, but either way, Desert Power is one of the minigames that's affected by the FPS shenanigans in this game. The similar issue to Mountain Defense, where the higher FPS is, the slower you are, and the less height your jump gives, but that also applies to the enemy ducks. So at 60 FPS, the trick I mentioned with the controller pause button is pretty much indispensable to win all of the games in a row. But if you go to like 200 FPS or something, then it becomes impossible for you to even score any goal. So you have to hit that sweet spot specifically for this minigame.
Oh no. Struggling with desert speed.
Yes.
What else is new though? Yeah, I'm on desert speed now, the last desert minigame that we're gonna do, and then this is definitely the most, I'd say the most skill intensive minigame in the whole run. Because basically you're gaining XP based on how fast you're going. And so I can press down to, if I'm like on the ground, then pressing down like kind of speeds me up. But then if I'm in the air, pressing down gets me to the ground faster. You just kind of want to like land on the, or like, you know, use the angles to basically keep your speed going as consistently as possible. And it's really easy to like crash or to stop yourself. You can also use the left arrow key to like rotate yourself. You start to rotate to a point where you're gonna land and crash.
Yeah,
like keeping your speed consistently high is something I'm very bad at, and that baguette is very good at.
Yeah, I was really bad at this game when I started. First time I tried it, I was continuously pressing down, and that's absolutely terrible. That's like the worst reflex in this game. But yeah. I practiced this quite a lot, and I even check it was game. I would say pretty decent at it. I'm still making mistakes every now and then. It's still hard for me to get a good desert speed. I would say that's like the biggest barrier of entry trying to get a good run going for this game.
Definitely. Because yeah, if you like land, like impact into an incline, then you're just kind of stuck. And like getting going again takes forever. You're just like just basically like not gaining XP while you're trying to get started again. So it really slows things down.
Yeah, if you're like really good, you can go so fast that you can see like you can see under the texture for the dunes. Like the dune texture kind of cuts off at some point.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Ooh.
Yeah, you need to really go fast and also go high because the camera will try to account for that and follow you kind of. Yeah, there you go, I got it. Even though I'm not that fast, I just went really high up. Also, one good thing to mention is the layout for like the desert dunes. It's always the same. It repeats and it repeats as well. It's kind of a loop.
Ugh. But yeah, which is like, yeah, you can definitely like kind of start to muscle memory the beginning stages at least, and then eventually you're gonna have like enough little differences in like where you land or like how you hit, how you attack certain angles that it's just improv. But like at the beginning, which is something I've definitely not done, you can kind of learn it. And now I'm stuck at the bottom again. Oh no.
Yeah, I usually learn like the first three like down presses.
And like dying isn't even that bad because you just start over, and it's not like you're, which is actually can be good if you're good at the first couple jumps, and can get it consistently going again. Better than not dying but going slowly, which is mostly what I'm doing. But we're out here, we're having a good time. We're sand skiing. Are you on desert speed right now too, or are you past? Are you done with it already?
I finished desert speed. Yeah. After that, what I did was fight the duck in the Everlord. So these games are actually like quite a few ducks that you can fight for like side quests and just other rewards. Like you can get equipment from them, can coins from them. but will only fight one in the run, and this one gives you the water gun. The water gun is just one of the best weapons in the game. Well, I mean, there are better weapons later on, but for this state of the game, it's pretty much overpowered compared to anything else you can buy.
I think it's funny that the water gun, like the flavor text on it says like, this is the closest to a real gun that you're gonna get or something like that. But then like you literally, in the run, we get a laser gun later. So like that seems closer to a real gun than a water gun to me.
It's funny that both like gun-like weapons are like really good. One of them is straight up the best weapon in the game, the laser gun, and the other one is extremely powerful compared to the time you get it.
I'm nearly done with Desert Speed. Oh no, I died. It's fine. I have 1.5 more levels to get here before I get to 80.
So yeah, after the desert tournament we get the flight skill, which allows you to access any area in the game except the city. But even though in Glitchless we're not allowed to do that, there is a glitch that allows you to get to the city anyway, and it uses the controller button again. If you just move with the controller and select the city with the controller and press your control button for cross or A or whatever your preferred button, your preferred controller is, then you can get to the city. The game lets you, even though it really clearly shows no flying sign and you can't click it with the mouse or anything. But yeah, flying, and you can access the flying menu using again a glitch that's only allowed in 80%. But again, I think that's probably a topic for all the time.
I may need to ask you, is it intended? I feel like whenever I fight the water gun duck, when I do my special, my second like shovel hit, or like the dirt that I fling onto him, doesn't actually do damage. It doesn't actually hit. I'm not sure if that is like that.
I don't think this is intended. Basically, when your speed, I think that's what's happening, but when your speed gets too high, you know, the battle system is kind of similar to like Final Fantasy ATB, where it just gives you a turn every certain amount of seconds and every certain amount of time, and that amount of time gets lower and lower the higher your speed gets. And I think what's happening is that your next turn, so your next attack, is planned to happen while the special is still going. So the special is cut off and you get your attack.
Yeah.
I think that's the most likely explanation what's happening. But yeah. But we actually have to get our speed to 80. And the reason for that is that there's a hard level limit. Minimum level to enter the Swamp tournament. Which is pretty high compared to the others. And pretty much every minigame in Swamp is slow. Like it gets from defense, which is pretty slow but acceptable, to like power or special speed, which ironically it's called speed, but it's like one of the slowest minigames to do. And so we have to get to this level anyway. So we do that using desert speed, which is still pretty fast if you can do it well, and even if you're doing it not great, you would still be faster than some of the Swamp minigames. So just that slow.
Right. Yeah, now we're on the Swamp, and we're gonna just do defense and health here. Both of these games are a bit they're not exactly very skill intensive, and we don't really care about money at this point in the game for the most part. And this is another one of those games, kind of like Farm was which one was it? From Health, the very beginning,
Yeah.
where you can like basically eventually it becomes impossible to live, and you're trying to get like, you know, five levels before you die so that you can like 4-cycle it. It's like that's like the best thing you can do here. It is very fun though when the bombs hit you at the right angle and then they just like fly off the side. That's satisfying. But eventually there are just too many to deal with, and the coins start getting in your way actually. The coins start to make it a lot harder for you to knock the bombs off. Okay, yeah, so like now I'm basically like there was no way I could actually effectively do all of those.
It's funny that in this game specifically, the coins are actually more of a hindrance than anything.
Yeah, because we don't really need them anymore.
Yeah.
Just make things harder. Yeah, it'd be nice if it gave you XP for each bomb or something, then at least there'd be a little bit of
There's also a lot
something going on here.
of mini games in this game that could be like more skill based instead of just giving you XP every.
Yeah.
I mean X amount of XP every like second. But it is how it is, I guess.
It is the way it is. That's fine. Whoop.
Meanwhile, I press right in Swamp Hills.
Oh, you're in Swamp Health now. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So the expansion for it is for a very long time. The PC version of the game, and I think pretty much every version of the game except for the Switch version. Yeah, they did actually release this on Switch, and I think on Xbox as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, every version of the game except the Switch version, I believe. The mini game for Swamp simply did not load. So normally there's supposed to be like obstacles you to jump over and stuff like that. But instead there's nothing that spawns, so you endlessly fall in the void. And if you press right, you just get XP. So yeah, and they patched it quite recently in 2025. But the thing is that when they patched it, we were still like, there were like many records set using the previous like, we need to call it a glitch, it's more like just the game not functioning.
Yeah, since it was already like it was just like the only way you could actually do it. It was like part of the game, right? Even though it's just the game not working correctly. That's why it's like still part of the glitchless route. No, you do have to like down patch the game now to be able to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, now it's like down patch the game. Also, we mentioned FPS shenanigans earlier. Swamp Health. Oh no, I got bad luck on this fight. The slingshot special. I'm moving to another expansion, but yeah, the slingshot special has 4 different attacks for the 4 elements. One of them, which is I think the neutral, just element, is a rock, or is call it a rock, and it stuns you. It's the only attack that stuns you, so it's basically a time loss. None of the other attacks, and it's orange as well. If it does like fire attack, water or ice attack, lightning attack, it's fine, don't get stunned. If it does like the stun, oh no, it's nature element. Yeah. If it does a nature attack, then you're stunned. Kind of sad. None of the battles in this tournament are much of an issue. At least the other battles. The last battle, this guy used to be like really powerful, really hard to beat. But he has this fire wizard armor, and that happens to be weak to water, so with the water gun we just destroy him.
I'm just vibing to the swamp music right now in Swamp Health.
Yeah.
Get your dance emotes in chat.
The music in this game, it's like quite nice overall.
Yeah, it's fun. Benefits of a minigame where you just hold right. A little dance break. Unshrimp myself. I don't have water near me, which is a mistake, but I'd be hydrating right now if I did.
I just wanted to finish my explanation on FPS and Swamp Health. Just very quickly, this is the opposite of the previous two, where the higher FPS is the faster you go, which is actually what you'd expect. And so doing like me on 120 frames per second is kind of unoptimal for that. We did testing some time back with a few friends who also run this game. We tested at 1000 FPS and it takes like a few seconds to finish it all. But 1000 FPS makes it impossible to do the desert power anyway, so... Now I'm gonna quickly explain the city. So the city has this grand dojo where you can play every minigame in the game. Every minigame for every previous area, the farm, the forest, the mountain, the desert, the swamp. And you have no level limit. You're not even limited to 1. But you can get past 100 theoretically, but it takes 10 times as long. In Glitchless, we don't. It's just not worth it because you need a certain amount of levels anyway. But it means that because we can play any minigame in the game, it means that we can play the optimal ones for every stat. And so for the power, the last 3 stats that we need to train to enter it are power, special, and speed, and we need to train every single 100 to enter the final tournament.
I said that not having a glass of water was a mistake, and then a mysterious hydration spirit just put one on my desk, so now I can actually drink water. Thank you, hydration spirit.
So yeah, we need to train every single 100 because the minimum level, total level to enter this tournament is 6 or 500 total. No, 5 stacks. So the intent is kind of that you're doing 100 level stats, but theoretically you could increase just 1 stat to 500 and it would work. Which is what we do in 80% of the video, and I'm not gonna explain the other 80% of minutes while we're doing Glitchless. But yeah, the few gets we do our desert power, farm special, and farm speed.
Yeah.
So you've already seen them before. Just revisit.
Yep, same strats. Just the fastest mini games for each one of these specific stats to get to level 100 in.
Not playing well at all, honestly.
You gotta give me a chance to get to catch up.
Yeah,
I guess if your controller's not working, you'll have to do... Did you already do farm special?
Yeah, I did farm special, but that I lost like 30 seconds compared to my PV there.
Yeah.
That really accounts quite a bit.
I'm not too far behind though. I know, I mean... Baguette's the world record holder in this game, so I knew my chances of victory were pretty low, and especially after losing 2 fights, which has never happened to me in a run before, there was like no chance. But I wonder if it would have been different if I hadn't lost that fight on the mountain.
You're not that far behind me, so...
Oh wait, these always mess me up because like normally the game, like in the other ones, the game will tell you when you've reached max level, but there is no max level anymore.
Yeah.
So you have to like actually be paying attention to what level you are and actually just exit the game once you get to level 100.
We finally get the best weapon in the game, the laser gun. And I am heading to the final tournament. So, piquancy will not be that far behind me. And you just will see how we win the tournament by a landslide.
Yeah, the fights at the end of the game are like just not even a sweat at all because of how strong we are and how strong the water gun and the laser gun are.
Yeah. The last battle especially is very funny. We'll see soon why. So this is the final battle before we win the game. So you'd think it would be a climatic fight, right? We get this kind of night armor. There's this weird thing that... Oh, okay, it does like 23 damage to our 1000 HP.
Yeah, not very scary. Which one is it?
Yeah. His special is actually... It's actually really powerful, but it doesn't have time to use it, so... Don't care.
Yeah, it's especially bad, this down farm special here, where I don't know what level I am, so I have to just do it for a certain amount of time and then guess if I'm level 100 or not. I usually overdo it. Are you at time then? Did you say the last fight?
Yeah, I just finished, but I think the time will stop when you reach some...
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I nailed it.
Nice.
That was awesome. Okay. Now I will do what Baguette just did. I will go buy the laser gun and do the last fights, and then that will be time. Where am I going? I still like have not fully like figured out there's like all these other random buildings in the city. They're for like online arena battles and stuff, and I always end up going the wrong way to get to the shop.
The shop is bottom left, and the grand tournament is bottom right.
I remember eventually. I just like end up starting going the wrong direction, and then wait a minute, where am I going?
I guess that can happen when you're discovering the game.
Okay, wait. Laser gun, 1, 2. There we go. All right. Oh, I only had 7. I only had 7 gold left after upgrading twice. So I guess maybe money does matter.
Yeah, if you get enough money, you can get your blaster to or laser gun to level 3, but it doesn't really save that much time. I think just say like a few seconds.
Oh, that's what I had. That's why I always do. Is it's level 3. Interesting. I thought that I thought that was part of the route, but hey, I'm learning. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I noted laser gun level 3, I think, in the routing document, but if it's level 2, it's fine. I even tested, I believe, like not upgrading water gun to level 5 in the swamp, but it turned out to be faster to still do it.
Yeah.
And leave the laser gun to level 2. Also, you're soon gonna reach time, right?
Yeah, should just be one more hit on this guy, and then the time is when the crown lands on my head in this cutscene. So it'll be in just a couple seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Yay! That was a good race. It was a weird race, but
yeah, there was a lot of
some very bad luck. But
yeah,
it happens. Cool.
I had a big 8 minutes behind my PB, which is really rare. This game gets consistent after a while. Usually I end up being like 2 to 3 minutes away at worst. But yeah, some really bad luck all throughout. Made it so that yeah.
Cool. Any shout outs you have?
Yeah, shout out to the DuckLife community for being great in general. Great people to talk with, run with. What about you?
Shout out to you for being super helpful at helping me learn this game. We did like a practice race together, and like you gave me a lot of really great advice to help me figure some of this stuff out and get better at some of this stuff. Except Desert Speed, which I still am really bad at, but everything else, when you tried, that's a me problem. That's a me problem, not a you problem. But thanks for being a great teacher, and this was a fun game to learn. And yeah, that's it.
You're welcome.
What an amazing race. It had ducks, it had life, it had battles. What more could we ask for? We're gonna have more animals coming up soon with wild animal racing. But first I'm here to tell you that Speedromizer is raising money for QMUNITY, British Columbia's resource for queer, trans, two-spirit people. Please donate to them. It helps them a lot. And you can also put your donations towards some of our incentives, such as the bonus song for Just Dance 2023 edition on Friday. It's going to be very fun. The whole run is fun, but the bonus song could be bonus fun.